Welcome back to the Nightlife Podcast, Season 3, Episode 13. Lucky number. All right, today I am glad to be sitting here with somebody who has been on the show. He was actually Episode 1 of Season 2. Somebody who has been through the process of reading my book, going through the beginner course, the Get Paid to Party course, and somebody who happens to be in Miami at this time. So, without further ado, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man. Welcome back. It's good to be here.
Deshae Maitland from Toronto, guys. If you, I'm sure a lot of you remember because I have received a lot of messages from listeners.
Same here.
That they enjoyed your podcast.
I got a lot of DMs on Instagram, on my social media handles, of people like from all over the world saying like, hey man, I saw you on the show, you inspired me to like stay in the industry because you're gonna leave as well, and it kept me to keep going. So It's pretty cool.
So to recap a little, basically, I mean, we had an interview before where we spoke about the way that things were and the way, you know, what he was doing and where he wanted to go and all that kind of stuff. And we said back then it would be great to recap in later on and see where you're at and all this. So we are gonna get into in this episode. We're gonna get into kind of what all these things have done for you, the courses. I'm sure besides this, there's other things you've been doing that have to do with personal
development and
development.
And the mindset, of course.
I keep seeing that. I keep seeing that you're evolving.
I have to. It's either you're evolving or dying. That's the way I see it. I'm really big on personal development just because it's not about making the money. Mm-hmm. It's about the person you have to be to get there. And I always big on mindset. So following you has been a great honor of mine because I really like what you're doing. You're actually like helping the industry grow and not die, because the industry is getting smaller as we speak. Mm-hmm. So it's not a bad thing, but I mean, you got to be good at what you do in order for you to exist. So before we dive into the real valuable stuff, tell me a little about what you're doing here in Miami. What's going on? So I actually got here on Thursday. So I kind of took a break for social media. I'm like, I want to just come here, relax, stay on the beach. I don't want to post. I don't want no one to know where I am. Right. So I was kind of like low key for a few days just to like get away from all the hectic stuff back in Toronto. Right. So I really just chilled, meditated, relaxed, had a good time for the few days. And then
where on the beach are you staying?
I'm at Fontainebleau.
Okay, so not too far from the hectic nightlife.
Yeah. I mean, like social media can create a lot of stress because like you got to keep up. But Saturday is like when I actually started posting and people are like, oh, you're in Miami. I'm like, yeah. And I started going up to the clubs. Like on Saturday, I went to Story. That was a really fun time. Beautiful venue. Last night I was at Live, and then tonight I'm going to 11. Right. Which should be amazing. I actually leave on Tuesday, so. Nice. I mean, last time I came to Miami, I didn't experience the culture and what everyone's been talking about.
Right, you were here more during the week.
During the week, yeah, because I went to Cuba on the weekend and came here during the week. But this time, I'm like, no, I got to experience it. I'm like, I have to. It's like once in a lifetime. Right. So I came on Thursday, leaving on Tuesday, so I experienced like all of the nightlife here.
So I kept telling you that it's different.
It is different. It's like, I'm still like mind blown, and I'm sad because I'm leaving. Right. I don't want to leave. Like I wish I just booked the one way. Right. But
you know what? I think Toronto would miss you
for
too
sure.
Much.
Yeah.
I know the what is it? Man, the thing you won in Toronto.
Oh, the award. I won the best new generation promoter.
There you go.
Yeah. So right now we're nominated for a few awards now. Just because like we have other companies and the clubs we work for, they're all nominated. Our weekly parties are nominated. So we're nominated for almost 10 awards, which is pretty cool. Like all of our like associations, we're all combined together, like about 10 awards. Awesome. But my company's about 3 awards. Right. So hopefully we win a few. I'm really excited for that. It's pretty cool that you do this full time, and you get like a cool trophy at the end to say like for all your hard work. So it's pretty definitely like a shout out to Richard D in Toronto. He's the one who created this for like people to like work hard and be awarded for it. So I think it's pretty cool. I don't think anyone does that, to be honest.
No. It's very, very, very few places that actually do awards for the industry. Yeah. And we definitely need better ones here. Yeah,
I mean, it brings everybody together, and then it makes people like want want to strive to win, you know?
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
so it's pretty cool. It's like a
All
fun
right, so
competition.
What's one of the biggest things that has changed since
So
we last met?
So not only did I read the book and take the courses, but also did one-on-one consulting.
Correct.
Which helped a lot. Like doing all those three
And
things.
by the way, you only took, this is something we spoke about, you only took the beginner course because the other one hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, it hasn't come out, which I'm still waiting for.
And that is, as soon as that is out.
Yeah, you know I'm going to take that for sure.
Yes, and
yeah.
I know for a fact it's going to even take you further down that line.
100%, yeah. So no like bullshit or anything, sorry for my language, but like taking that course and reading the book made me stay in the nightlife.
Correct.
Taking the course made me like change all my deals.
Right.
It like 10x my income, helps me grow as a company. My mindset changed because like it helped me like remember the things that I never used to do,
right,
that I should be doing.
Yeah.
And that's
I
what
keep telling a lot of people, believe it or not, the beginner course has some things in there that I don't even do myself anymore.
Yeah.
Like if I don't read it, I have to be reminded of doing some of those things. So
yeah.
So I understand there are some things that everybody may already know,
yeah.
but it's not about knowing. It's about also doing them,
yeah,
and
for
when
sure.
to do them,
yeah.
how to do them,
and how to apply them and stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just more reinsurance than anything, but it gave me like I'm on the right path, but I had to tweak some things to make it a lot better. Mm-hmm. So like all my deals now have changed. I'm like literally the main promoter. Like back then I used to be the sub promoter,
right,
working for the main promoter. Now I work strictly just with the club owners. Yeah. And my deals completely shifted, like 360, went from like making, you know, decent to like making a lot more
money to be able to come to Miami and party at Live.
Yeah, that's to party at Live. That's, you know, things have changed. I mean, I couldn't do that last year.
So we know, all right, so you were a sub promoter when we first met. You were also on the verge of thinking about quitting before you read the book. You also went through the process of the course, all these things that have happened. We have been talking, we have been doing some one-on-one with you and a few other people, but where do you see yourself going? Where do you want to go with all this?
So right now, I think I'm at the top of my game, and I'm not trying to boost or anything, just because of where I'm at now. And it's I either drop or continue to go higher. So obviously, I want to go higher. Where I see myself going, so I want to get into more corporate sponsorship. So when I put on these big parties, I want like a big corporate company to come to me and say, hey, we're going to give you this amount of money so that you could use it for marketing, branding, or for your own use.
Right.
And then we'll do cross promotions.
Right.
And that's what's going to make my brand bigger. So the companies I like, the clothes I wear, the shoes I wear, cars I drive, like partnering with companies like that.
Correct.
And making my brand bigger.
Right.
And
Which won't be cheap companies, by the way.
Yeah, it won't be cheap. So that is one. And the other thing is obviously club ownership. I'm only 24. I turned 25 in 2 months. So like by like next year, I want to open a club or something. In my city.
All right, so
I'm a bit young.
I'm gonna Gary V this moment, and I'm gonna bring it back a little bit and just say, so I do believe that it's possible for you.
Yeah.
I the only thing with the ownership of the club, I do think things one step at a time. And first, if you do get the perfect deals and you do get sponsorship added to that, if you already 10x those numbers, you're gonna double those. You know what I mean? It's just the input. That having good sponsorship. The good news is that that's going to be part of that advanced course also, intermediate if you're thinking of being an owner. So we're going to be working on all of those things, and I have a feeling that you're going to achieve all of those. You may be able to own your own club before the time that I think it's the right time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think you did the course at a faster pace than what I require most people to do so, because you were advanced and all that. But there's definitely no need to rush it.
Okay.
Exactly.
I know. It's just like it's always been a dream come true.
Exactly.
You know?
I imagine so. You want to have.
So
that
I want it so bad.
true.
You know, when you want something so bad, you're just like, I'll do anything to get it.
Right.
That's
and I don't
it.
think because I think you're a mature man. You know, you have. Like you say, you all have been growing in other things besides just this. You know, and I have seen a lot of the things you've been doing, and like you say, meditation, and,
Yeah.
and I saw that after you went to Story, I think it was, or before, I'm not sure, you actually went to the gym here.
Yeah, I had a trainer, yeah.
So all those things are important.
Yeah.
You know, you got to take care of yourself,
Yeah.
Your mind and body, you know.
For sure, yeah.
So I'm glad to see that you're doing all those different things. We don't talk about all those aspects when it
should be like people should know about that. Like, I know, like, it's not, everyone says it's too good to be true, but people think like when you're an entrepreneur in anything, in any type of industry, but just let's just say it, like nightlife, like try to balance in your life. Like, it's kind of impossible because you're like a workaholic.
Yeah.
But you can do things that can help you still doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like going to the gym, meditating, praying,
right,
like just taking care of your health and stuff like that. Yeah.
So one of the things that I'm going to be teaching later on is how you're going to go from where you are to being a club owner.
Yeah.
And there are different routes. There are different ways to get there. But one thing that I see that you're also doing is you are hanging with the right crowd too. I see that a lot of people work with the venues and they get to meet the owners for those meetings.
Yeah.
But they don't take it any further.
Yeah, like on a personal level, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm really close. Every club owner I work for, like I'm like not best friends with them, but like they're like family to me.
Correct.
And I'm like their little son or whatever. Like we're really tight. We talk about personal stuff.
That's a good thing. And I'm going to tell you, the main reason is...
relationships are everything.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
100%.
It's not just business. Like, if you have a relationship with something, you're the first person that they'll think of because you built that trust.
Correct.
And that relationship
and it has
with
to
them.
be real. It's not
like
it
can't be fake. It can't be
exactly. You're not hanging with them just to
hang
get
with them.
that next deal or whatever.
Yeah.
If you build, if there is one person there that's a club owner and you're trying to build a relationship, but it's
not real. Yeah, doesn't really stick, right?
Then you just go on to the next, right?
Yeah. I mean, but I can honestly say all the club owners that I do work with, we all have that tight relationship.
Right.
Like,
and there's a big reason for that.
Yeah.
Number one,
I'm trying to be like them.
You're the kind of person that listens to guidance.
Yeah.
You're the kind of person that takes it and
Very
doesn't take it
coachable.
the wrong way. If somebody's trying to tell you how to do something, and that's one big thing for everybody, that people need to be open to
open-minded,
advice from the ones that have already, made the mistakes, been there, done
before
that.
you.
The club owners also are like-minded, the same ideas, the same dreams that you are having now. They had them once, and they're living them. Yeah. So seeing somebody else that's having those dreams is important, and it's good for us to be around.
Yeah.
Like
so
you.
Bringing that up, that's basically saying like it's a mentor, like finding a mentor. So finding a mentor can save you so much like mistakes, like because they have what you want, and you just have to ask them the questions to get to where you want to go. Yeah. Instead of you doing it yourself and failing so many times. Like, it's better to be wise and take the shortcuts. It's not cheating. It's just a smarter decision.
Yeah. And if you don't pick me as your mentor, which I don't mind.
Yeah. I think I read this book the most out of all the books I've read. And there's a lot of big books out there like Think and Grow Rich and all those big books. But this relates to me the most. And it's in my field. So I'm like, I got to study it like inside and out. Same thing with the courses. I take other courses too, like marketing, branding. Stuff.
You told me that you went back to it a couple of times for certain things. There's a guy in Minnesota that took the course. He was a DJ, and the things he's been doing lately with his parties, also the lines around the corner, and that kind of thing. He's just, and he just tells me, I just keep going back to it, and I keep doing the things that it says, and it works. That's the thing, that
it does work for sure.
It works if you apply them.
Yeah, if you don't apply, like if you take the course, if you take the course, like people say knowledge is power. I don't believe so. I think applied knowledge is power.
Of course.
So when you do something, and you're not just like, you can't just like, okay, so I'm huge on law of attraction. So I write down all my goals. I have like big Bristol boards and like whiteboards in my room. And I like visualize it and see it coming to reality. But I got to do the work. I can't just like wish for it to happen and then not do the work. Same thing with your course. I didn't take the course and then just chill. Like I took the course and did the work.
Yeah, it's not press this button and we're gonna get the people there for you.
Yeah, you're not gonna be a millionaire overnight.
And by the way, that's one of the things. The way that we approach, we are basically as promoters, as we train promoters to become main promoters and club owners, if that's what they want to do, or produce their events, whichever route they want to take. I mean, we are doing the hardest part of this whole thing, because I talk about the fact that there's investors, and money can be found in many places. Yeah. Right?
Good or the wrong way.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully it's the right one. Now, you have people in management. Yeah. Correct? Anybody that's come through the process and becomes a general manager at a venue has the potential to become a good partner at a club at some point in time. Yeah. And then you have the promoting side or the marketing side. Yeah, the marketing, Without the marketing,
it won't work.
It won't work. But the reality is that you do need all three. Yeah. You do need all three. But the marketing is just the hardest to do. Yeah. You need good management. You need good, you need the money. Yeah, there's no money in the bank. It's not a good thing to get into it. I had somebody call and say, call me and through a friend say, I'm looking to open a new bar in the Wynwood area, which is growing over here. And they asked me, how much money do I have to spend in this place or whatever? And I go, look, the amount of money that you have to spend is the amount of money you feel comfortable with putting into something, and being able to go to sleep at night and not caring about it. Because it's an investment. It's not. This is not guaranteed. Number one, it is one of the businesses that banks usually don't support, lend money to. That's why you got to do this shit on your own. Yeah. But the bottom line is, money's that there are people out there looking to invest in
with the right person.
It's not really about investing in the location. Yeah. It's investing in the team. Yeah. Who is marketing this? Who is managing this? Mm-hmm. You will learn to manage. That's why I'm saying one step at a time. Because currently you have grown in the marketing, and you will grow more in the marketing side of things. Yeah. But you will also have to grow in the managing side of things, so that you have those two. Yeah. Combined. And then you have the option to put your own money at some point, or I will tell you how to get that money too. Yeah. But you're already doing good parts of it anyway. So I'm glad when I see that. What's the best thing that you're taking from Miami to take back to Toronto?
I would say the culture. Okay. Like I went to Vegas. Beautiful place too, but the culture isn't as good as Miami.
What do you mean by the culture exactly? What is it that you like about here so much?
I would just say,
I agree. Vegas
is a lot more mainstream. Miami is more like people. I know, like it's not as mainstream as Vegas, but like just the way people talk and the way they carry themselves and the way people party. Like everyone's very humble here. Yeah. And there's people at tables that are very like humble. There's people on the dance floor that are very humble. People in VIP. And the cool thing is, like every club you go to, you see a celebrity too, which is so fun. Like you're like partying with like people that you look up to. Yeah. So I mean it's normal here. Like it's normal in Toronto too, but obviously it's on the next level. It's growing in Toronto. But it's obviously next level Miami, because Miami is all around, season around. Like Canada right now, there's a storm, so I don't think people are going to be partying in the storm. Right. But here, like the weather's really good, so.
Yeah, that's another thing.
It's like it's never.
You have day parties going on over here. You have the nights. You have after hours. Places like 11 where you're going tonight. Yeah. Where it's crazy. The numbers here are absolutely crazy.
Yeah, the attendance is amazing. Yeah, like every club I went to was slammed. Like every club.
I mean, 11, just to get an idea, 11 is, I think it was like 33 million last year.
Wow. And I heard Live is like top 5 in the world. Yeah. And it's not a Vegas club.
Right.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
All right, so I know you're ready for this course. One of the things that I want to do is I'm planning on a possibility of going to Toronto, definitely, because after you took the course and we said that you took the course and we put it out there and whatnot, and you put it out there too. There's been a lot of people.
I know. I actually regret it, but I don't, because like now they're gonna know the secrets that I know. But it's not even like. I'm not like mad about it. It's just that there'll be more competition. But it's also a good thing, because it'll make the industry better.
So in my last week's episode, actually 2 weeks ago, I interviewed a friend, Miguel, and Miguel was one of my first partners.
Yeah, I seen that interview.
We separated.
Yeah.
At the beginning. So the whole point is that we started together,
Okay.
but we became competition.
Oh.
Through at least 15 years that he was around,
He was your competition?
he was my competition.
Okay.
But he was fierce competition, but fair competition. Like, we never fucked with each other at all.
Yeah.
I've had competition that is bad competition.
Yeah, same here.
I have had competition grow from within my company,
Yeah.
and become lethal in a bad way by, for example, taking some of the like database or information, stuff that maybe some artists that you've been negotiating with, and then they drag them to the other venues, or just little things like that, or just bad word of mouth.
Yeah.
At some point. But in general, competition should be good. It is what people want.
Yeah.
So the best thing that you can do.
Because you work a lot harder too.
Of course.
Yeah.
It makes you work harder.
It's like someone
Makes
like
you better.
pushing you to like your limit. Because
Right.
if you don't have that there, you're gonna be like so stagnant.
It's like if you're on a diet, that competition is that pizza.
Yeah.
That it's like, shit, that pizza's good, but I don't want to eat it.
I had a pizza today, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's good, and it's a big subject because it happens here also.
Yeah.
My competition, one of what I consider competitions here, also requested for me to help them with courses for a group of their promoters, and for me it was a no-brainer because what we spoke about at the beginning is the most important part. I can give them as much information as there is out there, but it really depends on that person. They need to apply it. If they do not apply it, it's not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, the information it works though for sure. I know it worked for me. I know it worked for a lot of more people.
Because you did apply it.
I did apply.
You apply it.
Yeah.
You apply it. You make sure you go back to it when you don't remember something.
It's pretty crazy though how far I've come though. Like, it's actually unreal. I didn't even see it. Like I didn't see me getting to where I was. But like, it's crazy because like I went from like the deals that I have now. Like, I never thought I would get that.
Right.
Especially like in Toronto too.
And that's part of it. You need to believe in what you have in yourself. So it's ideal that while you are doing this kind of training, you're also on a personal growth path.
Yeah, for sure.
Development, because it's all of it goes together.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and it's working well for you. I'm glad. So I do think that one of the good things is some of the people that have written to me from Toronto have all mentioned that they know you, or they've seen you, or worked with you, whatever it may be. But in general, it's the fact that you're out there and they see you as this person they want to copy or be with or be like already, in an early part of your career.
For sure, yeah.
So imagine where these things can go. The idea is that all those people get better educated so that in the future, when you have your own club, now you also have good promoters in the city to do the job that you've been doing so hard.
It's a lot harder. It's harder now to find a good promoter. It's very hard.
But it's due to that because they're not willing to maybe put in the work, do the training. Everybody thinks that it's about a post on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to get the venue packed. How many people actually liked your post or saw your post and they're going to show up at the venue, whatever. Do you have to post? Yes. Is that gonna make it?
It's honestly for me, like, posting is just a bonus.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't even post because it's like I'm more like offline promotion than online promotion, and I'm still big on social media. I'm so big on it, but I do more offline. I do more texting. I do more calling. I do more in person.
Social media has kind of replaced what the website used to be.
Yeah.
So people can go see what's going on if they don't know exactly what you have today. They go check it out, see, this is what he has, whatever. But it's not what's going to make people go out.
For sure, yeah. It's not going to be like, hey, I want to go to this.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
a more personal thing. And I feel like promoters have a lot of power that they don't even know, because without the promoters, no one would be going to these venues.
Correct.
Like guest lists for clubs now are not doing as well. It's mostly promoters that are like driving the business, right?
Right.
And I just see that like every club I go to, especially in Toronto.
Right.
And I'm probably thinking around the world as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So Have you thought of the possibility of doing what you do in other cities maybe, or growing in that direction? I mean, because I know you did something.
I did a trip in Cuba. It was my first trip. I just thought of an idea. So my cousin, it was his birthday, and we did Cuba like 2 years ago. And he's like, hey, like, why don't we just bring a group? It'll be so much funner. And I'm like, okay, so why don't we just bring a group from Toronto to Cuba? Yeah. And that was the idea. So I just made a flyer. I reached out to some of my friends, reached out to my team, and we brought like 25 people.
Right.
Yeah, so that was pretty fun, and we all did stuff.
Good first step.
Yeah, good first step. And then in 2020, we're thinking of going to Cancun, Mexico.
Right.
So that should be fun too. And like we're gonna do it every year, like once a trip, once a year, and make it bigger than where we had it before.
So I'll tell you, we did a cruise. It's called We Love Miami Cruise.
Nice.
We didn't think it would be much of a big thing or whatnot when we did it. And we thought it would be like that, like 25 people, so whatever. We ended up doing, it was like 250 people that went with us on the cruise. And
that's huge.
It was 250 people that you all knew each other. It was a big group having crazy fun.
Wow.
Because when you have that kind of size of a group at a cruise.
That's massive.
Yeah. They give you
accommodations?
Actual clubs.
Oh, okay.
They give you certain accommodations.
Oh, okay.
There's certain things we were able to negotiate with venues on
because you're bringing
the
so many
Bahamas
people.
also.
Yeah.
For like the clubs, the Senior Frogs, and then a hotel during the day. Those different things. So it's crazy, and people are willing to pay a little extra than whatever the ticket price is, just to include the fact that you get to all those things, wear that wristband, and make you VIP. So there's good money on those if you want to venture in that direction, for sure.
Yeah.
So man, I'm glad that we had the talk because I've always wanted to know and understand where this thing is taking everybody, where it's going. I was having a talk before the episode with production crew, and we were talking about production crew of one, by the way. He goes over there.
He's the best in the city for sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so we were talking, and he was mentioning, it's about being consistency, and that's the whole thing. I don't see myself quitting at any point in time. Not just the clubs and the parties and the LMG is going to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of being able to help people like you grow and see how you guys evolve, grow, and it's amazing, an amazing feeling. And I'm sure that those guys that you have been hanging with that own the clubs in Toronto are feeling that same vibe, and they want probably to that relationship there. It's all about that. They see the future that you have and what you're going to bring to the table for them later on when they can't be there.
For the new generation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, man, let's end this on a good note and tell the viewers out there and listeners why they should be doing this course or be reading this book or be going in that direction.
First off, I think just the applied knowledge that you're going to get from it is going to take you to the level you want to get to, because it did it for me. And if it can do it for me, it can do it for anyone. And I'm just so big on learning and obviously growing as an individual. I'm just so big of that. It's like going to mini college, but it's more hands-on, and you get the one-on-one consulting with it as well. So you're not just taking the courses, reading the books, you're actually asking questions, and you're talking to a real person that could show you the path that you want to get to. It's all about leadership, mentorship, and just overall like getting the knowledge that you need to apply. Because if you don't have the knowledge, you can't do it.
Right.
Correct.
So, man, I couldn't put it in better words, so I'm not gonna say much about that. Thank you so much for your time today. I have a feeling you're gonna have a great time tonight at 11.
That's gonna be fun.
And guys, one more time, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help all of you grow, and it doesn't really matter exactly which area of the nightlife industry you are in. I am able to help you grow in that
100%.
And I'm
the person to back it. I'm the person to be like, hey, 100%. If I can do it, you can do it.
100%. Yeah. And I hope I can help you guys too. And maybe one day you guys get to sit where he's sitting now. So without anything else to say.
It's an honor, man.
Thank you, man. No, thank you. Get the book on Amazon. Go get also the course go get paid to party .teachable.com. Also, where can they find you? You know where to find the podcast, nightlifepodcast.com.
You can find me on Instagram at Deshae Maitland.
If you are in Toronto, you need to go check out the parties. What are your company's names?
Dynasty Events and Dynasty Angels.
By the way, Dynasty Angels, go check them out too. Thank you again, guys. See you next week.